Matthew Judon traded by the New England Patriots to the Atlanta Falcons last night for a 2025 third-round pick. There had been some reporting that teams were reaching out to the Patriots regarding Judon. They had managed to keep it from exploding. It kind of flared like it was the pot that started to boil over, and they turned the flame down and moved it back real quick, and then all is well, all is well. We got to trade this guy. All is well. Hey, everyone, all is well. Are we going to trade him? We got to move on from this guy. This isn't fitting with our vibe. He doesn't want to be here, and we don't want to pay him more than $6.5 million this year. So it worked out. Falcons wanted him. Falcons got him. Third-round pick. Guy's 32 years old. Had a serious injury last year. Double-digit sacks for the 2 years before that. I mean, this is the guy the Falcons could have taken with the 8th overall pick. This is the pass rusher that we thought they were going to take. Yeah. So they give up a third-rounder next year to plug in a pass rusher.
Plug in a pass rusher that we know is proven, ready to go, NFL tested, has that pedigree, right? They're a team that in Atlanta, I think we both would agree. I picked them to win the NFC South last year. They got a lot of pieces that you look at and go, wow, it's a pretty good football team. Right? I mean, we know offensive line, we got a freak at tight end, receivers okay, the running backs freaky, D-line, D-tackles, they got size, they got a very good secondary. One of the things you looked at with their football team was you went, wait, do they have a guy – are they going to have to blitz every time to get pressure on the quarterback? That's what you kind of looked at. Who's going to be the guy? They have some big physical guys on the edge that you go, okay, I feel good about them in the run game, and they're never going to be overpowered. But who can go make a play and get a sack? Who's going to be able to go get Baker Mayfield in a big NFC South, match where it's late in the fourth quarter and they're driving? And I think that's where it's great for Atlanta. They're a team that's looking like, hey, we're kind of ready right now. We don't care that he's 32 and he wants a little extra money, and we'll figure that out. It's two ships crossing in the night there. The Patriots, of course, are the exact opposite. Right, it's
good
something.
Save.
Yeah, all right, good save. Thanks. Yeah, they're in the exact opposite situation. They're going, wait, we're in total rebuild, retool mode. We don't want to pay a guy that just got hurt, 30, and he's 32 years old, a bunch of money. They're trying to kick the can down the future to really make something here. So it makes sense for both sides. Good for Matthew Judon. Hoping he gets the money, and he's certainly in a better situation as far as the team's concerned. That's for sure.
I saw this last night. The Falcons have not had a player with double-digit sacks. Do you know?
I'm going to say back to, who got traded from the Jets to the Falcons. That's
John Abraham.
Yeah, but no, it's not him. It's the kid, the Clemson kid in 2016. The year they went to the Super Bowl. Beasley.
Vic Beasley, you're right. Very well done.
Thank
15 and a half sacks.
Right.
First team All-Pro that year. And they haven't had, number one, a double-digit sack player since then, but he fell off by 10 and a half sacks the next year. And we talked about this earlier in the week. Sacks are the product of a lot of things, including having a team with an offense that is good enough to build the kind of lead that puts the opponent in, oh shit, we got to pass every play mode.
That's right.
And the defense knows it.
Right.
And that's what the Falcons were in 2016 with Kyle Shanahan and Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, and they steamrolled through the NFC, and they were in position far more often than their competitors to say, come the second half, hey, edge rushers, go get them. And that's one of the factors that contributes to having a big season of sacks. And Beasley, I mean, he just kind of fell off the map.
One-hit wonder.
It's kind of sad when you look about it.
Right.
Yeah, he was a first-round pick, second year of his career. Hey, all right, we got it right. And then after that, it was like, well, maybe not. He last played in the NFL in 2020. And I think I saw his name associated with one of the spring leagues not too long ago. So that just shows you. I mean, I admire the guy for still keeping at it, but it just shows you how quickly it can fall apart.
Yes.
But now they have a guy who, when healthy, can be a double-digit sack generator. He's got to be healthy. He's 32. And Chris, here's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah.
Surely they're working out a contract with the guy.
I would think so.
If we learn nothing from Hassan Reddick and the Jets, surely the Falcons don't do this deal without knowing that they have an offer that Matthew Judon will say yes to.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, again, we know Matthew Judon, this situation, it's been going on for a while, right? We know he wanted money. As we know how it works, I wouldn't be shocked if, this was going on through the back channels for a little bit of a time here as far as them figuring out a team that might want to trade for him and pay him and all that. I would think so. Now what that money is and how drastic of a pay raise it is, I don't know. But we know he's severely underpaid with what, $6.5 million, and he's definitely one of the better pass rushers and one of the better edge players in all of football. And I think even at 32, he's pretty safe bet. When you look at him, he's not been injured a lot through his career, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Last year was a bicep tendon, right? So that's not something you're like, oh, man, gosh, that's going to be tough to get back from. I don't know if he'll ever be the same. So that's not the worst either. He's big, he's physical, and he is a naturally gifted pass rusher and pretty smart on top of that as well. And we've heard nothing but good things even from our teammate Devin McCourty when he talks about Matt Judon and the professional he is. So, I think Atlanta did good here. I'll be interested to see what they pay him, though, ultimately, Mike. I will be interested in that price tag and what happens here.
I'm looking back at his career. He entered with the Ravens in 2016. He's played in the vast majority of the games.
Missed here and there.
His team has played. A couple here, a couple there, and you never know what that is. You never know whether it's like 2019, late season, 2020, whatever year they were the 1 seed. Maybe he got a game or two off. But last year, in 4 games, he had 4 sacks, and he did have something along those lines. It was an upper body bicep or pec thing.
Yeah.
That you're right. You fix it up, and you're in theory as good as new. But he was on pace for 17 sacks last year before he suffered that injury. So this is exactly what the Falcons need, and it's what the Patriots need.
That's
right. It's a win-win. They get the guy they could have gotten with the 8th overall pick, although they would have had a guy a lot cheaper and 10 years younger, but never mind that. They fill that hole. They replace that need, and the Patriots move on from a guy who's not going to be part of the future. He's just part of the transition to whatever the future is going to be. And the cap dollars that they pocket in not paying Matthew Judon, that's money that they can now divert to other players who become part of the future in New England. And they've been signing guys. They've been extending guys who were part of the Belichick de facto GM strategy, but this is one where it just wasn't going to get done. And it really isn't a surprise in hindsight. I mean, $6.5 million, where do you come in on a Judon? Who knows? But the market is so high now, and it was clear something was wrong, and then boom, he's now a member of the Atlanta Falcons. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.